Grandpa Jones.
I look on the collectors. I found a collector's website. If it was in mint condition with everything that originally came with it, it's about $2,000. But like that, I took it to a gun shop when I went to the shooting range with this thing, and showed them, and then got a call from somebody that worked there part-time, and he offered me, well, they told me the blue book on it in this condition was about $800. He offered me $400, and I said, I can't let it go for that.
Heck no.
I said, I might take 7, but not 4.
That's a nice gun still.
Mm-hmm. They try to get to you like car salesmen and stuff like that. They just do that.
I didn't know there was a blue book on guns. Now I bought this from a Bossier City policeman. I went to his home, and he left the room and came back and laid out about 7 guns on his coffee table, all kinds. And I said, I want something that's going to stop somebody. And he said, well, you want this one. It had huge grips on it. And he took those off and put the smaller grips so I couldn't handle it. It's heavy and
it's loaded, probably.
Yeah. I think the
It's not that heavy.
so to you, the cylinder its own is blank, but
Isn't that nice?
we were having some trouble with some pit bulls running loose around here, killing cats and other dogs. And one morning I was in bed, and it was about 7, and I heard some big dogs barking. I knew it wasn't those little yappy ones next door. And they got closer and closer, and then it seemed like it was right under my window, and I just had on my drawers and a t-shirt. Well, I jumped out of bed and opened the door, and it was a cat that had come up here. They had it cornered behind a bush over here. That holly bush used to be up over here. And they were trying to get at it, and that cat darted across, in front, and those dogs were right after it, and I opened the door and ran out in my drawers screaming. It was on a Sunday or Saturday morning, because one of the dogs had his mouth down on her back, but they were running so fast, she rolled and went up a tree, and they kept going. But that's when I went to the firing range and made sure I've still got my target. I was proud of it. So I wanted to know I could hit something.
There you
if
go.
I needed.
Wasn't that down at Gun City?
Yeah.
I got a couple I'll show you.
Look at Kenny Rogers, his eyes kind of done.
Yeah.
He don't even look
done
right.
had it. He
He's
done
had
had
so
it.
many facelifts.
It's been faced
I know, yeah.
And I saw him, I saw him when Lisa got those tickets for us, and he don't even look like Kenny Rogers. He's had so many facelifts.
Facelifts.
Something went wrong with something.
Yeah,
like
they
that.
messed him up.
They sure did. I liked him when he was in those movies, but when they done messed his face up.
Well, Mike must be in there looking for his gun one.
Yeah, he's gonna show him to Charlotte. Dang, you got to do it, Charlotte. I can see him from the back here.
Take it good.
Well, just flip it over like a flip chart.
Oh. I'm so dumb.
Well, I mean, you done good.
And that was at
You'd have murdered him.
250 feet. That was probably about it from here to the mailbox. One just got one right up in my head.
I can't see it from the back here.
This was in '06.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. That's your 357?
Huh?
That's what your 357?
Yeah. The thing about it, after about the 4th or 5th round at hole 6, it starts getting hot. So I had to stop and let it kind of cool off.
You put hollow points in
It was
357?
38, just 38.
So that's what you got in now?
Yeah.
So you can get a round called a 38 plus P. It's between the 38 and the 357 round. The third 357 is too stout for you. That's what a lot of cops used to carry.
Yeah, that's what it said on the internet. This used to be the issue for the police.
I got one similar to that. They don't have adjustable sights. It's a ex-cop gun. It has a Packmeyer rubber grips on it. I bought it back when it was Cedar Road.
I'll show you my bullets. I think they're just 38 special.
I got a couple of cars.
Is that what is that?
It's a 9mm. Not sure that's in a barrel.
Quit running.
Well, but she's nervous, they're having them guns out.
No, she's smelling of her butt. She needs to go to the
Oh.
bathroom. You see,
Charlotte, last night when we got back to the hotel, there was some people walking past the car, and Mary Ruth started to get out, and her butt was out the door. I wished you could have heard her.
It was bad.
Good Lord.
Mama said, I'm glad them people was gone.
I ain't never.
well, if you can't help it.
It had to come
She
somewhere to go
stooped over, and that was
It
it.
was gone.
I put that red stuff on the site you said.
Oh, and what does that do?
It just helps you, you know,
Side it in. But when you get scared, you ain't got time to side it in.
you just hold it. And I got 2 mags for it. I got 17 in one and
Here comes Mark.
12 in the other one. You got 30 rounds there, but got into it with somebody.
Oh, well, yeah, what have you got left of them? 30 rounds, my
I'd like to
God.
have something smaller
I got Mary this one. She
and
wanted
not
to
quite as,
go try it out or get used to it.
now what is that?
And then you got,
22.
and Mama's got a little one, and Mama's got her.
22.
You ain't got no
I
safety on
started
it.
out with a 22. I bought in
I
green
got it under my mattress.
at the base up there, and it was a Ruger Bearcat. I didn't know it would end up being a collector's gun. And I traded it, I think, to that cop, plus $200 for that.
357.
Yeah, now they're at least 600. So he knew what it was, I didn't. Yeah, I like that.
Those are about 200.
That's what I keep in my car.
They what?
About around 200.
I
Back
keep
when I
that.
got it, it was 140 or 50.
Do you
That's a nice
get
little
them at pawn
convenient
shops?
size. You just
And
stick
it fits in
I bought that
anything.
one
It
new.
fits right in anything. It's so small.
And it has a key, you can turn it off. I mean, you know, if you lock it to where you can't fire it. Of course, that ain't gonna do
Need it, but.
it. Get to it quickly.
Well, I got rid of, the reason I went from that 22, I went from the 22 to 38 was one night after we got off playing at Ramada Inn over on Monk
Oh. It ain't.
We'd go in there and have breakfast,
Mhm.
and it would be about 4 in the morning before I would head home. And so I was at the red light on Line Avenue, heading straight out, not off the 70th. And as I was sitting at that red light, this car passed going down 70th, and I saw that guy looking at me. And when the light turned green, well, there he was behind me. He had made the block. And so I would slow down. I noticed him just staying right with me, and there was nobody else on the road. And I would slow down so he could pass. Well, when I slowed down, he would pull up with his headlights in my window. And I thought, well, he did that a couple of times, and by that time I was almost to Grandpa's, the curve before. And I said, well, I know this road and he doesn't. So I sped up and went around the curves, and I didn't stop until and when I turned on Robson Road, he turned right in behind me. And so when I got to our road, I turned in real quick and was going down that road, and he pulled in behind me. And I stopped, and I just turned around and emptied my gun, you know, at him. He left. I don't know if I hit
No,
him or
that's
not,
right.
but and then, ever since then, I wasn't comfortable with just a 22.
Mhm.
Because I couldn't fire out the window when he was, because I didn't know what he had. So I went to a 38, and then somebody stole it out of my car at a club I was playing at. So that's when I went to the 357.
That's a good start.
Yeah. At the time, there's so many sordid tales about my music. The piano player was a female, and the guitar player was a man, and they were both married, and they started going together. And so her husband had threatened to come in where we were and just shoot him and her. I thought, well, hell, I'm not going to be sitting here with nothing. So I got that 357, and I would keep it in my purse on the bandstand. But he did end up going to that guy's house and shooting him through the door. But it only shot him in the hand, but he went to prison. So I said, to hell with this. I'm
That's
gonna
right.
protect myself.
There you go.
You're sitting on the drums right in the middle of the piano player.
That's what I'm
Either side of
thinking,
it.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that would. This is good. I wouldn't even know how to do the clips. I guess I could find out, but it's still heavy to me.
Once you get it going, you don't have to worry about it.
Just keep popping them, huh?
I might get excited and just mow something down I didn't mean to.
I need power points and everything.
Oh, I was gonna get you mine, show you mine.
There's a book.
Then we'll put it back in the barrel.
Hey, Mimi.
See, I'm tired of y'all. It's
Mimi.
been a while.
Mimi.
Tired of y'all's foolishness.
Oh, what were you saying was gold? Oh, those purple vases.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot.
They sit in my bedroom
Yeah,
window.
yeah.
When I went to paint and spray
Yeah.
the paint off,
There you go.
tacked them up for sure.
I couldn't remember what you were talking about. Now when I see them, I know what you're talking about.
I had hollow points in it, but that's what I ended up getting. That's just in between, I guess. But it'll do.
Oh, Lordy.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't want to get shot with it.
No.
I had that 22, you know,
We were riding downtown last night and this drunk man lay down on the concrete.
bed like I
Man was
did.
trying to pull him up.
Really?
And all his mom said, that's why I want to live in Nashville. I said, Mom, you gotta tell him, why don't you go downtown to Shreveport and see what's going on down there? And that old man, he was just watering all of it around him. He just had a crowd standing all lined on that wall. He's all just watching. This that old man come over, he's trying to snatch him up. It was so funny. It was funny, we were
I
laughing.
should have taken a picture.
I know, I wish I
You
had.
think too.
I didn't have my camera with me,
Especially
but
that
I was like, dang. I said, Mom, we're gonna get in, we're gonna go in. Hell no, get my
You can carry
I
it
ain't getting out down here. It was funny.
You just had to do a
Considered an
drive-by.
extension of your home.
So John, you're not walking out today?
Uh-huh.
You have to have a permit.
Yeah.
You got a permit?
No. I think
Yeah,
it
we
cost
did.
about $600 to get one.
What you need to get is one
So-
out of Florida that covers about 10 or 12 states.
What, a permit? Well, how in the hell am I gonna get one in Florida?
Well, see that down in Shreveport now, that's what they,
Have to drive down there and get it.
get people. A Florida permit,
I don't, but Tennessee is,
about $170 something.
I don't think they'd go for it, I don't know.
They might bust me for carrying these, but I'd rather take a chance with them than I would somebody that's.
Well, just don't get stopped and you'll be all right.
Yeah, if you got a weapon of any kind, like in the glove, that's a concealed weapon,
Right.
yeah. So, and you have to take classes and do this.
Yeah, I know Daddy, when he'd go through Cedar Grove coming from the country, he'd lay his in the seat beside him.
Yeah.
He stopped at a red light one time. A black man tried to get in the truck with him, and he saw that gun, and he hightailed it.
Turn loose
So
at the
he
door,
kept it
huh?
laying in the seat right
That's a long
beside him.
time ago. Nowadays,
yeah.
everybody's got a
Yeah.
gun.
But
Mm-hmm.
not back then. I mean, that,
Yeah.
Yeah, road rage, you know,
Mm-hmm.
go shooting
Yeah,
at each
so-
other.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to work here about a month ago, and this guy down the road, when I was in my old van, and I seen him, he was like gunning it, gonna pull out in front of me, and I think he was drunk. Anyway, I got on past him, I was doing about 50 and a 45, and he comes flying up behind me, comes around me in the damn truck, acting a fool, and he gets on up there, and when we stop the stop sign, he gets out, comes back here, and he's raising hell, saying about he had some kids, and they're playing down there in the road, and I'm speeding, he had to do 80 to catch me and all this shit, and I said, I wasn't speeding, and he's doing all this shit, right in my damn face, and I don't have shit with me.
Yeah. He was probably high on something,
Mm-hmm.
Said,
Or some people just take all their frustrations out in the vehicle
Mhm.
if they can't do it anywhere else.
and I said after that shit, Halliburton, you ain't supposed to bring that on property.
So Mike has a club and the band, a big old bat.
Mm-hmm.
I need to start taking
And I'm
You
my
can always beat them down. yeah.
Beat the hell out of him with that bat. I'm like, you got that bat in there now.
Act like you playing Wii baseball.
Tell my dad the best thing to do, instead of carrying a gun, is to carry a can of wasp and hornet spray. And if they, look like they get to where you got a pin, so just squirt it out on that shit. They'll squirt
Yeah.
from here to that door over there.
Well, that's a good
He
idea.
said if you carry a gun and shoot them and, kill them, then they can come back and sue you
Yeah.
for civil. Well, I guess if they're about to kill you, you have a right to defend yourself.
With my luck, I'd have a wreck with it in the car and then
I'm
I'd go to
telling you.
jail for having a concealed weapon.
Not a can of spray. Or the, talking about the
Talking
gun.
about the gun.
I thought Tennessee was more liberal on their gun laws.
No.
I might not, should have brought them, but
But you got a
Alright.
permit though.
I don't.
Oh,
God, I just carry 'em. Always have.
don't get stopped.
I know the truth.
I know you don't wanna stay here and then go back without you.
They wouldn't know how to get back. Telling you.
Or a GPS would get her back.
Yeah, if she knew how to work it. Ooh.
Yeah, I get calls with people on the interstate. I ask them all the questions. I don't know, let me look on my GPS. Well, they can't even, I hear beep, 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 beep. And they ain't got nothing yet.
Ooh.
Then they wanna give me the longitude and the latitude. That doesn't do me any good. They don't tell me anything.
Those folks don't know if they're going east or west,
No.
north or south.
They don't. I asked one man, he sounded pretty country. I said, which way are you going? He was on I-something. How in the hell am I supposed to know which way I'm going?
Mm.
I
Lord
said,
have
what
mercy.
town did you leave from? What town are you going to? And I looked on I use Google Maps a lot. I said, you're going east. Well, how in the hell am I supposed to know? They get mad when you ask them questions and you're trying to help them.
Ooh.
And I say, which tire's flat? The back top one. I said, the back top? Yeah. I said, is it the right or left back tire? That is, some will say, I said, what kind of you're making model Ford Chevrolet? I said, it's either a Ford or it's a Chevrolet. It's not a Ford Chevrolet.
Who do you send out there? Just whoever AAA?
I take all the information and I send it to dispatch, and they dispatch the kind of
Help they need.
truck, yeah. And there's certain codes that we have to ask, and they don't want to answer all of them. But anyway, it's so it's very important that you get a cross street, and there is no cross street. So I go on Google, find what road they're on, and in the city, and I'll look, and well, the nearest street to you is such a, oh yeah.
That Google's good, ain't it?
Huh? Yeah, it
You
is.
just keep zeroing in and just,
Yeah.
you can almost see, well, tray top, I guess, as far as it'll go.
Yeah, you can get the aerial views, the street views now.
Those drivers, they'll get lost or something and they'll call me and I'll just pull up Google and keep looking, you know, and tell them, you know.
Yeah, I depend on that a lot when they don't know where they
Yeah,
are.
one guy kept telling them, he'd write up the direction, he'd tell them turn left, and it's supposed to be turning right.
I hate it when I said, well, I can just tell the driver I'm at such and such place. Everybody in this area knows. I say, I cannot send a blank screen to dispatch. I have to have street and cross street, or either the address with the nearest cross. And it's just tell the driver, he'll know where it is. Well, it's aggravating sometimes, but some people are funny, you know. One lady was laughing the whole time because she broke down. At least you're laughing about it. Well, I'm gonna get back into the kitchen and do my fruit salad. Y'all have any idea how long you'll be gone?
No, what time did you want us to come back?
I'll call you.
Yeah, just call because Mama knows how I am when I get caught up in something.
Yeah. Oh yeah, me too.
Mama, she's standing at the door waiting on me. You ready? You ready? I said, I've been in the back of the store or something downtown, and I said, where's Mom? She's standing at the front door. So, okay, I guess it's time to go.
The tour guide is waiting on.
Uh-huh. It's like it's time to go. She's at the front door waiting.
Yeah, boy, we could tell some fart stories. I hate to tell them in front of Mike, but I don't guess he minds.
Oh, he does it all the time. Oh, I hate to take Mom and her stay in the same hotel. It's because he's snoring and farts at the same time.
Well, Mark's a snoring while I'm a farting, and when I wake up.
But I hadn't even opened my door when Mary stuck her behind out the door and let one rip.
I know, I went to step and it just came out.
Well, you can't.
And it was so loud. It was
Boy, it
like,
was loud. Whoa.
It's those silent ones that are the
Oh,
killer.
Lord, the silent ones are deadly. I used to go in Walmart's with her, and she'd be walking down the aisle in front of me and let one out, and oh, God, me and Anna would disappear.
And Daddy used to
Leave her.
say, he said, one day I was walking out in the yard and past Charlotte's bedroom window, and she had just farted and said, you could have knocked shit out of it with a paddle.
it was, we were in Big Lots or something. Me and Lisa were somewhere. I don't know what it was. And this lady, where was I at? Looking at Christmas. I think it was on the after Christmas. And they were looking at this woman. She farted and I said, Lisa said, somebody just shit on herself. And that lady was trying to act like, she didn't know what it was,
You can't get, if you get in an empty aisle, the minute you do it,
Somebody's gonna walk out.
Mom, everybody wants to read
You know,
it.
I've done my share of it.
Probably, yeah.
I've got a fart
want it?
story on ifarted.com. Have you ever been to that? You need to, we'll pull it up.
Oh, okay.
I sent in one and they kept it. And used it.
Hey, Mike, did you hear that?
What's that?
Charlotte's got a story on ifarted.com.
A fart story.
She said they kept it. She wrote it, sent it, and they kept it.
Well,
We'll pull it up and read it.
it really happened. In the, I don't remember the grocery store, but it was a big one. And I had the most horrible, putrid cat. And I would try to get something in the aisle and God, it wouldn't go away. And people coming down the aisle and I thought I was gonna have to leave my buggy because I was gonna have to go somewhere and shit. So I got all the way to the back of the store. And I said, God, I've got to get out of here because I can't stand in line and check out. So I had just passed the meat department going this way, and there was a man stocking the sausages, the summer sausages and all that. And when I turned around to go back, I saw him pick up one of those sausages and smell it. He thought he was putting out rotten meat.
Oh, Lord.
But there's some good stories out there.
That's funny.
One about a woman in a tannin
You still got it, Mark?
place that just
The
had
one with the
sushi
address?
for lunch.
Yeah, I handed it back to y'all. It should be over there.
And she was laying in that thing farting.
In your pocket, ain't
Fold
it?
up.
And they had a fan going and it was blowing it out over the front of the, oh Lord. And
Well, what about my birthday party at Hamels Park?
Mark, let me write that down. Hamels Park, it was about you were about 4, I guess. And, we all left some little
It
building.
was all my friends from school. My class was there.
Yeah, there was about 40 kids that came, and we were going down the sidewalk to get on the train that went around. And on the other side was a pasture with a few cows in it. And so I hung back because I knew I was about to fart. And so all the kids were on the train, Mark and everybody, and while I was walking down that sidewalk, well, I farted. I just figured nobody would know it. And about that time, a big gust of wind came along and blew the fart over that train, and all those kids at one time said, P.U. I said, you see those cows over there? That's what you smell. P.U.
But I knew it wasn't a cow.
And I broke him from saying, Mama, you farted in the grocery store. He says I never about pinched the skin off his arm one time. You farted.
Lord.
Come on, we gotta get you some of that shag hair off of you.
Uh-oh. You don't like that.
No. Well, I hope y'all find what you want.
Yeah, we need to get rolling.
Yeah. Well,
But estate sale is over at 3. Maybe we should go there.
Let's go there first.
yeah, you get good deals out of it. Yeah.
I guess it's think about it.
stand-up statue.
Yeah, that was cute.
She met her husband at the laundromat, and something we were watching the other day, and Hannah goes, I didn't even know she was married. She'd been married, oh, it was about Dollywood or something. She'd been married 40-something years.
Yeah, to the
And I was
same-
like, I didn't even know she was married.
I think they had one of those open marriages, you know.
And it was funny. There she is.
Carl Lee.
At the laundromat in Nashville.
Conley, boy, he was young then.
The mortician.
He was a
No, but-
mortician.
Yeah, that's his trade.
Didn't he get that girl, he married Charlene Tilton that used to be on Dallas? And seemed like
He married her?
I think,
Yeah, it must have been somebody that might.
that was him. He sang in rose-colored glasses.
Yeah.
They were married for a while and they wound up splitting up. I think he done popped her in the eye or something.
Minnie smelling her butt with all of. She
So you've got to
sure wheels around like, what was that?
Please let me out.
You ever listen to Ron
Come on,
White,
man.
Charlotte?
Huh?
You ever listen to Ron White?
I can't stand her on
I've seen him on TV,
He's
yeah.
talking,
Come on.
one time he's
Go.
doing a stand-up and he's talking about his guy's cooking, you know? And how it was so bad that they gave it to the dog and the dog ate it and then he went to licking his ass trying to get the taste out of his mouth.
Let him do it.
That's some badass cooking there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And how she used the damn smoke alarm as a timer for the cooking.
I like, what's the plumber?
Joe the plumber.
No.
Oh, Larry the cable guy.
Larry the cable guy.
We went to see him.
Talking about his
Mhm.
grandmother getting the walking parts.
Uh-huh.
How she's
Mike loves Larry the cable guy. So
sitting on
funny.
the toilet and grunting like he's trying to shit and talking to somebody on the telephone. Larry the cable guy. You ever listen to any of his stuff?
No.
Mike's
I
got
don't
them
know, I
CDs.
brought CDs.
Uh-huh. He,
Everybody's gotta look at me this
Wait.
time. Y'all ready? Okay, good. Thank you.
we, Mike had sent, they had this thing on the radio on KRMD and they were gonna draw for these tickets to go see the filming of the Blue Collar Comedy in Atlanta. So I told Mike, I said, you gotta get a joke, you gotta get a joke. So I had a joke that Darcy Siegel had, it was a dental joke. And I said, Mike, call this into the radio station. So he did. And so we were listening to it at work that morning, and Mike's joke was the winning joke. So then they put it on that KMSS, wasn't it? And they were going to have a drawing. And so, but you had to be watching the show, and then it would show the name across the screen. And so Mike, he was sitting there on the computer, and all of a sudden I went to screaming, and, and the phone went to ringing because my friend had seen it. It was so funny. So we had won that trip to Atlanta, and we went and watched them tape it. And Larry the Cable Guy, he was so crazy, you know. And so anyway, they were all at the stage signing autographs, and he was at the other, and I said, come on down here, we want an autograph. He said, go out to my bus, I'll be out there in a minute. And so it was cold. Oh God, it was so cold. So went out there, and he signed to everybody was gone, but he was so crazy. He was
Oh, wow.
nuts. And like, what you call him? Boss.
Foxworthy.
Yeah.
I like him.
He came out the back way, but he stood out there and signed at his truck, and he got in and left. It was pretty neat.
Well, they were nice.
They were super nice. It was Bill, he didn't sign. He left.
Everybody's not that way.
He left. Bill Engvall didn't sign. Larry the Cable Guy, and then Foxworthy.
Then we saw Larry over at backstage at the Century Tail there in Bossier.
Mike won some backstage passes to that. It was so funny because I was like, okay, they had this thing, they were giving away tickets, and I thought, well, I'm going to try to win Mike some tickets. I know he likes them. So I got there, I was the 10th caller. We had to do the Olympic, what was it called? Something Olympic thing, and they tell you what to do. You had to go blow the car horn, run in and get some pans and shake them. You had this, it was timed. Flush the toilet and all this crap. I was just running, you know. So I got third row seats. And then Mike,
You should have farted. You
I know.
got first row.
and then Mike won front row tickets to it and backstage passes. So I told my friend, so we gave them the third row tickets, and then we went to that, and we went backstage. It was so funny. Larry, the cable guy, he was so crazy. And he said something about, I can't remember what he said, what was funny about somebody back there. What did he
Some girl come up there, big old breasts all exposed. And
Just
she-
all up on him and
They were
stuff.
drunk and she was carrying on and he said, my wife was here, she beat her ass or something.
Yeah, that's when he said, no, I'd be beating your ass if you, because he's just all up on him, you know. It was so funny.
Better go.
We laugh you ever go.
Yeah, let's roll. Your ham's ready.
He's done got it ready to go.
Where is it?
On the stove.
He got it ready to roll.
Well, he can just whip through something and lock him. He's got him.
Well, I was watching him while he was doing
I
it.
didn't know what he was doing.
I'm gonna take the camera. That's what I was doing while y'all were talking.
Check out the guitar cases
I'll look at them.
and
Pricing.
tell him it's Fender Malibu acoustic
Okay.
and pricing.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. See you in a bit.
Good.
Don't y'all spend too much.
Yeah.
Well,
And might tell him MaryRuth not to fly.
when I got called Bibby, at one point, I kind of got a lecture about Jerry.
She's good. I ain't the lecture.
Huh?
I said she's a good lecturer, or whatever you, however you say that word.
Well, she's, of course, she said, I guess you had talked to Jerry.
Well, I went out there while he was out there. I think it was that Tuesday. Now, I don't know what day it was. I can't even
But
remember.
anyway, he said something to her, like he had talked to you, I guess since you'd been up here.
Yeah, I called him. I told him I'd call him when I got here.
And, oh, I thought that was the flag. I think somebody's walking
Well, that's
up.
what I thought all yesterday, and I kept seeing that thing flying.
He told her it was just left kind of open-ended, like he wanted to come over here, and I had no problem with Jerry coming over here. I'd be,
Yeah.
he's more than welcome. And she said that he said, I don't know why Charlotte has quit the family or distanced herself from the family. I said, I have not quit the family.
No.
It was the Kennedys.
Yeah.
I said, that's, with Essie Kennedy, like you said, it was,
It was always something.
I
It was
don't
always
ever hear
Letty
from
did it,
Charlotte.
Letty said it. And I told Billy, I said, they'd in more trouble with her and Savannah. So,
Sister said some years back after she had moved, she said they were about to run her crazy. Savannah and Essie
That's what I'm
always
saying.
had calling for her
Mhm.
to do something.
yeah, yeah.
Take them here,
They did.
take them there.
Well,
And
see, that fell my job. I'd take Savannah to the grocery store and she'd begin to forget what to get, and I'd have to go down each aisle with her. And she got to where she couldn't even write her check. Her name would be way up here. And it was pitiful. They began to write them for her, but she'd want to go to the store, and I'd take her. Because, she had to go to Brookshire's. And she'd always write enough money so she'd get back some. Said she had to have it for the children. Well, she was handing money out the door to them black kids, is what she was doing.
in the neighborhood?
Yeah. She'd had to have some dollar bills because she had to have it for them children. They'd come and she'd give it to them.
That's a wonder something had
Hey,
happened to
I'm
her
telling you.
before.
And it's a wonder she hadn't got killed.
Yeah. But I told Bibby, I said, I haven't quit the family. It was the Kennedys. Well, now, I'll tell you, Jerry doesn't know a thing about all that. It was Barbara Jean causing all the trouble.
You know, Barbara was good at that.
Oh,
God, she was so sneaky.
Kathleen lived here about 3 or 4 years, back in the early 90s. And,
She lived in Nashville.
yeah. And she worked for a law firm. And we went to a few places together. Well, she didn't know how and I shouldn't feel that way about Jerry as far as the music goes. He doesn't owe me anything. You know?
Well, see,
It's just the way I was treated.
well, see, Anna, she would ask for him to help her, and no way.
See, and that's what
And
I
poor
don't
Anna,
like
she didn't
about-
know no better than to go tell her where she sang that she was kin to him. So, I mean, she'd just tell
That's
her.
what I mean.
Uh-huh.
That's what I don't
And
like
it
about him.
embarrasses you.
Huh?
So, I said it embarrassed you. When
Yeah.
Anna would tell him she was kin to him, and they, just look at her, because he wouldn't help her. And they said, well, you ought to get some help from him. And he wouldn't help her.
No, or nor Randy.
And he wouldn't take any of her CDs nor nothing. So,
That's what I don't like about
Mhm.
him. It was like, I felt like he thought I was just somebody off the street and not a
Yeah.
family member.
well, he didn't even help his own kids, Charlotte.
Well,
Randy, yeah.
they had good positions and they made a lot of
Mhm.
money in music.
Yeah. But they did it themselves. He didn't help them. Randy taught them how to play the guitar.
But
'Cause
they
he
had
said-
his connections.
Yeah, the name, yeah.
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 So I haven't quit the family. Have I?
No.
And that Bibby doesn't want to hear that. I don't bring up about
No,
Randy.
see, she always after me about. See, I haven't talked to Sophie in since '87
Mhm.
when she done me like she did when Mama was living with me, and she's always on me about that.
Who, Bibby?
She said it's time for all this to end.
Well, it
Well, I mean,
really none
it's
of
not
them
me. It's not me.
did.
But oh, she done me so bad when she brought Mom over there and set her down. And I said, well, you just don't realize what she done to me. I said, I mean, it was not nice. I said,
And the only people that would ever understand that is you and
it's
Sophie.
what happened.
Yeah.
And it wasn't me, Charlotte. She got mad at me. She went to a lawyer and had papers drawn up. And I had got hit in the head and had a concussion. I was laying there on the couch. And she worked at Penny's when I did. And she came by one evening and set Mama down in the chair and left her. She was on her way to Penny's to the switchboard. And she fell out on my couch and just hysterical, just laughed and carried on. And then she wasn't, I don't guess she got to Penny's real good and the phone rang. And it was the personnel manager. And she didn't ask me how I was feeling, nothing. She said, is your mama with your house? I said, yes, she is. Does she live with you? I said, no, she don't. Where does she live? And I told her. She said, well, you're not supposed to be taking care of nobody while you're homesick. Well, she went right there and told her. And I was going to get fired, I guess. But that
That was
been the only way she knew, because Sophie was heading for Penny's. And she just went there and told her that Mom was at my house. She said, you're not supposed to take care of anybody while you're off sick. I said, I don't. And then she went and had papers drawn up and called me and told me she was headed for the nursing home to get them to sign that they were incompetent to take care of their business. I said, well, I'm going to be there. She said, oh, no, you're not. So they don't want nobody else involved. I said, well, that don't sound right to me. And I said, well, I'm sorry. I said, I'm not bringing her down there. And I didn't. And she hung up the phone on me, and that was the last time I ever heard from her. She got mad at me. When then Mama died, Mama didn't have nothing left. I mean, it went all to the nursing home.
Yeah,
But she was on Medicaid for the past 2 years when she was in there. But anyway, when she died, I think she had maybe $700 in the bank, her life insurance and what was left from the nursing home that she didn't use. And I got paperwork and everything for Sophie to sign, and she refused. And I said, well, I'll just let the state have it. I don't care. I said, I don't want it. And Jean said, I wouldn't let her do me like that if it wasn't but $100.
Shane Austin?
Mm-hmm. He said that. And a lawyer that Grace worked for went around her and drawn up papers where they could override her.
Oh, good.
So Billy and Essie went inside, took them to the lawyer's office to sign the papers, and they did. And they divided up the money. So, but it wasn't nothing left. I mean, she didn't have nothing. But Sophie wanted complete control,
Yeah.
and she still does, so I can't handle that.
No. There comes a time when, with some people, you just have to,
Back off.
yeah.
I know Billy thinks it's terrible, but I can't help it.
Well,
I mean,
she didn't go through it.
No, she didn't. She don't know. I said, y'all don't realize what I went through, Billy. I was the only one there from 87 till 94 when she went in the nursing home. And when she died in 98, I mean, I sat at the hospital the whole time. And I said, none of them didn't come. So, I said, it just,
Well,
y'all don't know what I went through with.
the way I look at that, they made their choice then.
Yeah. And when she died, and everybody was at the visitation, a man from church said, well, where's Sophie? I looked at him and I said, well, she hadn't seen her for 11 years. I said, why she want to come and look at her now? So,
That's sad.
yeah. And when Daddy died in 88, she didn't even come to his funeral. Because they got mad in 87. And when he died in 88, she didn't even come to his funeral. People at work told me how sorry they was, and Sophie this and Sophie that. I said, I'm sorry, but she wasn't even at his funeral. They said, oh, I'm so sorry, we didn't know. So,
Yeah, that's sad. To live with that much hatred or whatever.
well, she wanted complete control over Mom and Daddy. And Daddy had more sense than she does when he died. I'm telling you, he still had all his sense. Now, Mama, she had that stroke, and so she didn't know nothing, but Daddy still had more sense than Sophie did when he died.
Well,
I mean, that was,
got her
and that
on.
was hard, Charlotte. I'd go to work in the morning, I'd come home in my 30-minute lunch break, fix her my lunch, go back to work without eating, work till 4 o'clock, and come home again. And that was hard, without a bit of help. So, I mean, they can say what they want to, but it
Right, but you don't have any regrets,
just, no.
not a one.
Mm-mm. So,
And that's that Jerry deal. Bibby doesn't
well, see, they don't,
understand. And I don't want to say anything about Randy,
no.
so I've never mentioned anything about the music part.
Well, I know he didn't, I mean, when Randy wrote all those songs and wanted to have them copyrighted, he wouldn't do it for him. But I think Gordon helped him get them copyrighted, but then they wouldn't publish them. He had that CD made in town in somebody's basement. They wouldn't help him.
That's, I don't know what's the
And
word.
see, Anna not knowing no better, she'd always try to want them to help her, but nope.
Well, she found out pretty quick.
Yeah,
It took me longer.
and see,
I,
well, you wouldn't think they'd do you like that.
no.
Randy was always scared that Anna would sign with somebody that would take her to the cleaners, but Anna had better sense. I mean, she didn't sign with nobody.
Yeah.
She just did her own thing, and now she's wanting to make a gospel CD. And I think Bud Christian's gonna help her.
Yeah, it's hard. Music business is hard.
Yeah. It's backstabbing and everything else.
Yeah. I got sick of all the bullshit on Music Row. I
Yeah.
came up here twice before I moved here, and it was just, back then, there was such a clique going
Yeah,
on
yeah.
Music Row. And I think I sent some songs to Jerry's office. Never heard anything. And I called one day, maybe a few months later, and his secretary back then, Trish.
Yeah, I think they called her Trish.
Well, I didn't know any better. I asked her, I told her who I was, and I said, I asked her, I wanted to check and see if Jerry's holding any of my songs. Just so now, Jerry is not holding any of your songs. So that was one.
Yeah.
And then,
What, did you ever get them back?
it didn't matter
Oh.
because the ones I wrote back then, I think, weren't as good as the ones I wrote later on. But, and all mine aren't copyrighted.
Randy got all his copyrighted, and I don't know how.
I've got about 80 songs that,
Yeah, I told Mary Ruth, I said, Charlotte sent Billy a CD that I want a wanted a copy of 3 songs she had on there and a copy of when they would sing at Billy's. And Mary Ruth said, well, I wish she'd write Anna a song. I said, good
About-
Lord.
tell me what I want it to be about.
Well, Mary Ruth can tell you better than I can.
If we had time, I gotta get up off my ass and quit talking and get to working, but we can kinda go through those songs I've got. And, they were done at different times from the 70s on.
Yeah.
I even found one after I left Odell and moved back at Mother's, that piano that sat in the dining room.
Yeah. What happened to that piano, Charlotte?
I think it ended up in Mississippi when Jackson, when they lived there.
Oh.
And who? I don't know. They moved so much,
Yeah.
they probably sold it. But of me sitting there playing the
Mhm.
piano, and so I can't tell what I'm saying because I
Yeah.
can't, my hearing. But Mike could understand it.
Yeah.
My son, we really enjoyed it, and he wanted all of them.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, he's proud of his music background.
I see John, that's all he does. He's got that, what they call Chris Blues Band. It's a Latino, because he's got this Myrna, I don't know what her last name is, I can't even pronounce it, but anyway, she's the singer. And he plays the drums, and then he's got the others.
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and he put out one CD, and he didn't make but 100 copies of it. But it sold out of Walmart's, and I asked him for a copy, and he finally sent me one, and he had to go buy it, though, because he run out. But he said this time, it's supposed to be introduced in May, I think he said, but it's already in the stores down there in Austin. And he said he had me a copy to send. I said, I get it in about 2 years. I said, just don't wait to have to go buy one, because
You know, and I cannot, all this stuff has been shuffled around so much, I
Yeah.
can't find Anna's CD. I know somehow I got one.
yeah.
I think you gave it to
Yeah.
me. But I can't find it. When we moved, everything got dumped in trash bags,
Mhm,
all those
yeah.
cassettes you see sitting in there that I've gone through and found songs I didn't even remember writing with that machine Mark
Yeah.
bought me.
Well, they got a thing now, Charlotte, like those old 78s and 45s and all them records I've got. They've got a thing now where you can transfer all that onto a CD, but I bet it'd cost a small fortune to get one of those machines.
Yeah, but all my stuff was on cassette,
Yeah.
so, but
Well, I got a lot of stuff on cassette that, Anna's singing at different places, but I don't know how to transfer them. I don't even have a machine to do it. I can transfer them cassette tapes on a CD if I had the machine to do it.
well, that's what Mark got. He got it out of a magazine and it was $200. It's been well
Yeah.
worth it. But back to Jerry Kennedy. if you wanna call him, I'll invite him to come eat with us.
Where he would or not, I don't know.
Well, the way Bibby tells it, he's chomping at the bits to get over here. Which, I know he wants to visit with you, but since I've been here since '82, he don't ring my phone.
No.
But see, that's a comment like
And-
Essie Kennedy.
Uh-huh.
Why did she said, I
I
don't
said,
ever hear
Billy,
from Charlotte.
When she goes talking about nobody calling nobody, I said, Billy, I said, the phone rings both ways.
That's right.
I said, he could call her just as easy as she can call him.
That's right.
I said, it rings both ways.
But I felt so, what's the word? Beneath the way
They always
he
made
thought
you
I
feel,
was
but
beneath.
Essie did too, Charlotte.
That I was
And see,
begging
when,
him
Yeah,
about my songs, and
Yeah.
I didn't like the way that made me feel, so I stopped.
I could think Anna finally realized that, none of them wouldn't help her, so.
But you can call him, and I'm sure he would love to visit with you.
Well, I saw him out at Billy's.
Well, I think he's wanting to get over here to eat,
Oh,
but we can sure make the invitation.
trying to give me his phone number, so.
Is this is the one he's always had, I don't know.
I don't know what.
She said she gave it to you. Is it, you remember?
I'll have to look. See, I can't remember nothing. I still got yours in my purse. I can't remember numbers. But I do remember Billy's because it's so easy. The rest of them I can't. That's my pain medicine. I tell you, Mary Ruth and get so mad at me because my back hurts so bad. Have muscle spasms. And,
What do you take?
I take Soma and Darvocet, but I can't take it and go nowhere because it knocks me out. The moment I hit that bed last night, I took a Darvocet and Soma together, and I was gone. It don't take no
The
time.
Darvocet makes me sick as a
That's
dog.
what everybody said, but Dr. Walker gave me these, gosh, I know 20 years ago, and he told me, I can't take over-the-counter drugs.
Mhm.
I can't take anything with ibuprofen in it.
Yeah.
So, anyway, he gave me that, and he said, take it, and I haven't, and when he retired and I changed doctors, I said, now am I gonna have any trouble with you getting this medicine? He said, no, and he never has.
Mhm. Yeah.
So he gave me Xanax to take at night, and that's what I do.
Well, that helps you rest too.
Yeah,
It
but
relaxes.
that Soma and Darvocet knocked me flat on my butt last night.
I've got hydrocodone,
I've never taken that,
but I have to take a half one
yeah,
or I'll get nauseated.
I've never taken nothing like that. Darvocet's as strong as I've taken.
Is that 373-3556?
Yep. That's it.
And we can call from this phone, but while they're gone, I was gonna
Well,
say,
does it have to be long distance?
no, 'cause
Oh.
we're in the same area
Oh.
code, me and Jerry.
Oh.
Yours would be long.
Yeah, I'd have to punch in the,
I hadn't got on my back, I've got already dirty. I was gonna show you this hernia.
Charlotte.
I,
What are they gonna do?
they can't fix it.
Ooh.
It was, I've been split down the middle 3 times,
Yeah.
and the last surgery, I had 3 surgeries in one, what's it called, the urine doctor, anyway.
Nephrologist, I don't know, because Mary was had to go
Anyway,
to him.
a kidney specialist.
Yeah, that's what Mary Ruth had.
I had a blockage in my left ureter, and I went through all kind of tests, and they couldn't figure out what it was, and the pain had gotten so bad. I was at work, and I was hurting so bad, and I took a pain pill, and it never quit, and I was about to cry. So I called my doctor, and he said, You've got, I believe it's an old, stitch, maybe from a hysterectomy. But it ended up not being that.
Yeah.
I had a growth, like a tumor, that had closed off that ureter,
Yeah.
and this left kidney was
Did they
just
get
full
it
of
out?
trash, and that's where the pain was coming from. And so the first doctor did that. Second doctor came in and did my ovaries and tubes, and the third doctor came in after they got through and repaired this, but he didn't put in mesh. And it's gradually just, it started out like sticking out
Yeah.
like that much, and so it's just, I said that, I asked my doctor, I said, what is that? He said it's gut and bowel, and there's a membrane over it, but he liked the fact that I wear a binder,
Yeah.
because if I don't, it starts hurting, and that binder kind of gives you
Yeah.
support. So,
Yeah, see, when I'm home, I got a brace that I wear around my back,
yeah,
but I can't wear it just everywhere
I know
because
that.
it's so uncomfortable.
But if
but
I
I do
don't
wear
have
it
it
at
on,
home.
look, see? It looks like a big egg.
Yeah. Well, what causes those?
It's an incisional hernia from,
Well, see, I got a hiatal hernia, but I've never.
but
had
this
that.
is like in one of those incisions.
Oh, okay.
It didn't hold,
Oh,
and that's where the hernia started protruding out that,
yeah.
and they can't fix it now.
Well, I know Daddy had, when we lived down in the country, down on, by y'all, he had a hernia, and he had to have surgery, but it was from lifting something.
Yeah, there's different kinds of hernias.
Oh,
Mother had a hiatal hernia,
yeah, I do.
but this is an incisional hernia.
Huh. I didn't know there was different kinds. I thought it
Yeah. It's still a protrusion.
yeah.
Did I say Minnie?
He put her out the back door.
Oh my God. Minnie! Well, come here, let me get that hair off of you.
It might really
Wanna
rub
step
your
out?
hair up.
You wanna come out here and see the top deck? It's kinda cool, and then we'll run back in. Oh, shit, I'm sorry, did I?
No.
Here, I won't slam it on you this time.
Well, it just caught the heel of my shoe. It didn't hurt me. What can I do to help? Mary said I could stay here and help.
Nothing.
Ooh, she got tired of me real quick. You know, I can keep up with them.
I know, I can't keep
And
up with them.
we parked, and they wanted me to go into the Ryman Auditorium. She said, "You want to take the tour?" I said, "How long is it?" She said, "Hour and a half." I said, "No." I said, "I can't climb them stairs." But I walked that incline. And time I got up that incline and up them few steps outside, I had to sit down. See, he wanting to do a heart surgery, but I'm not willing to do it. Not willing to do it.
What's wrong?
The valves, see, when I had rheumatic fever, it damaged the valves and they're closing up on me. They don't pump enough blood. So,
Well, are you on any medication?
yeah. But anyway,
What do you take?
I take, I take that Ecriton, which is an aspirin, and I'm allergic to aspirin, so that's a coated one. Take that and that Toprol and Lasix, and then I take my pain medicine. But, I mean, he takes the Echo. I'm due for one this summer, so
Yeah,
just
but
according how much more it's closed up. He said it wasn't pumping. And he said, "You got more heart murmurs than anybody I have ever heard." So,
oh, that's yours.
yeah, I laid it down there. Because I have to keep your number. I can't remember.
Do you want us to call him?
Well, we can if you want to.
Well, you use that phone and just, you don't have to dial area code, just dial the 33 whatever.
We'll see what he wants, if he's even at home, Charlotte.
I don't want to be cutting stuff up over here. Minnie, come here. Come on, you want water? You want some water? And sit down in that chair. You want some water?
No, he's not gonna answer, Charlotte, and the answer machine don't come on either. So. I let it ring about 10 times. And usually an answer machine will come on before then, because he said just leave a message. But in there, no answer machine call. Mine comes on after the 4th ring.
Yeah.
That's the way Mary Ruth and them's got it set up. What are you finding, huh? She got her nose down to the floor just a smelling. What do you smell? She must smell something in there.
What do you want?
Her little tail's just a wagging.
You want some cheese?
I'll try again later.
Here, and then you're gonna have to do something with yourself, Miss Minnie.
Yeah, yeah, boy, oh boy, oh boy, we're gonna get something, aren't we? Yes, sir. We're gonna get something. She run and look at you and then come back around. She sees that refrigerator open.
If she hears paper rattling, wherever she is, she comes running.
Is that cheese?
I wish I could get her to hum.
Oh, she's gonna growl. Say, "Give me my cheese." She just goes to trembling. Yeah. Tell her you want it.
Hum.
That little tail just a going. Please.
You almost gave it.
Please.
Mommy. No. Hum.
Please. Please. And they give him my other piece.
Now do it again. Go back. Go back. Back.
Can you catch a piece of chicken? Well, watch her.
Back. Back.
Say, come on.
I don't know if I can throw cheese.
Well, I don't know. That's what I was asking, if you could throw it that far. You don't have to.
Here, last piece.
She's smart. Yeah, you are a smart dog. Where are you going now, huh? What are you going to do now?
That's all.
Where do you put apple on your head?
Huh?
You put apple on your head, or you what you fixing to do?
No, I'm doing the fruit salad.
Oh, I thought.
I use fruit cocktail and then I cut up apple and banana.
Oh.
Oh, I forgot to get them washed.
You don't need it.
Now, let me ask you, in your deviled eggs, do you put paprika? I haven't yet.
No, now Mary Ruth fancies hers up and all that olives and all that crap, but I just make just regular. Didn't on the eggs, I don't fancy mine up.
With mustard?
A little bit of both,
Yeah, I added a little mayonnaise with it.
yeah, and a little relish, and that's all
I
I
put the chow chow in it.
Oh, I bet that's better.
Yeah, I used, when I had some of Mama's pear relish,
Yeah, yeah.
I started using that, but of course when that ran out, where is it? This. Chow chow.
We don't have that in Shreveport, not this kind. Miss Campbell's. I bet that's good on beans.
Yes, it's great with any kind of beans.
Vegetables.
Let's see, this is made in,
Oh, you got a rabbit.
I don't know, but
She got them all going. She's taking them all out of that thing.
I have to watch her. If she pulls that bed out, she gets in trouble.
She's taking her toys out.
What is it? You playing? Let me move your water. She won't drink it over here. I have to sit it on that rug.
Now she's looking for it again. You want your water?
Do you want water? She thinks there's food in it.
Oh. No, yeah, that's where she's going, to your room to get her food. That's water.
Come get your water.
She thinks you're gonna feed her again.
No, she drank water a while ago. I put it over here so she could have some.
She's enjoying running around the corner. Golly, what a ham, Charlotte.
Well, Mark I cut everything off.
Yeah, well, I saw him doing that.
Well, I didn't.
Yeah, he was doing that while we were talking.
I just saw him over here washing the sink.
Yeah, that's after he took all that off of it.
He can do stuff the quickest I ever saw.
Lucky to have him understand somebody.
He does, and see, it's like I haven't even started cooking yet. He's clean.
Yeah. See, I don't like to go to all them estate sales and all that. Mary Ruth drugged me one somewhere in, God, I don't know where it was, some little old town. And, it was the oldest house I've ever seen. In the pantry, it was just barely enough room. If it was very big, you couldn't get through it. It just sat narrow. And people were trying to get in there and they couldn't. I'm telling you, I said, Lord have mercy, not again. And it had rained so, and it was so cold. I said, don't do me this way again. No way.
We've gone to a couple, and I usually find a lid.
Yeah.
I bought several glass lids that fit my pot.
I saw you had one of those last night, didn't I see that big aluminum pot sitting there? I got two of them, and I wouldn't take nothing for them. That lid don't get hot nor nothing. When I cook soup or something, the lid don't get hot. Get out another one of her toys. Oh, she's took the whole thing over there.
Look, watch. Minnie. She knows she's not supposed to do the bed.
What did you do? You did something wrong.
You know you're not supposed to do that. She gets in trouble.
Whew, well, she's took out most all of her toys.
Huh?
She's took out most all of her toys.
I told Mark, I think she pulled
Did you
up
do
that-
this? Did you do this? Aren't you ashamed?
She pulls out that bed because it's over there with their toys.
That's what I'm saying. You got a rabbit and a cow and I don't know what all. What do you want to do? You want to play?
Would you pull that bed back?
Would she get mad if I do?
No.
Oh. Or she run off. You did something you wasn't supposed to do, didn't you? Yeah, you did. You surely did. I see you got some from J.C. Penney's
What?
thing. It flew off.
What is that?
It looks like jewelry. I don't know. Sign up today or J.C. Penney email.
Oh, it must have been in that newspaper.
Oh, yeah, 'cause it flew off of somewhere.
I have no idea.
She's just letting me pick up all of her toys. She's just sitting there watching me. You didn't want to play? You didn't want to play? I gotta go pee again. Lasix runs me.
I can turn that music up a little.
Where are you going, huh? Where are you going? Yeah. You're running around in circles.
She's afraid she's still gonna be in trouble. Put these in lemon juice when I cut them.
turning dark. Oh, well, I didn't know that.
It helps them for a little while.
Yeah,
And tomorrow they'll be,
dark.
especially the bananas,
Yeah, yeah, bananas always.
even though I do the same thing to them.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they make stuff you can sprinkle on them. It's
Oh,
some kind of acid like.
yeah. I know they do, when you, like, use freeze peaches, you could use that for something to keep them from doing something, I don't know. But anyway, it's supposed to keep them better.
I was thinking of, how we're gonna get back in there to those onions when I get the ham in the oven. Mark's determined to make it green bean casserole. I want it to fool that.
Yeah, well, that's good. I see your corn casserole recipe up here.
I just did that
All
recipe.
from Paula Dean's cookbook. Mary said she liked to watch her. I've never
I
watched it.
used to, now, you know, me and Mark went to Savannah about 3 years ago.
Yeah,
Mainly because on the phone, I was talking, I had a call from a lady in Savannah. And I said, I've been wanting to come to Savannah. I asked her if she had eaten at the Lady and Son. She said, oh yes, it is wonderful. And then she said, before you come, make sure you read the book, Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. Before you come, you do that. So I went on eBay and found it and read it, and I was hooked. It was about a murder that really happened in a house. It's still there. And then I got the movie and watched it, but of course the movie's
they
not
never
good
liked
as
the
a
book.
book. And we went, that's another reason me and Mark wanted to go. Well, we took the Paula Dean tour bus, and that was
Yeah.
good. And we went to a candy company that made cookies and everything. And back, the cookies that we bought were on one of Oprah's favorite things shows. And there's the tin that came in. See that?
Oh, yeah.
That statue used to be in that cemetery, but after that book came out, they had to move it. There's Emilio and his little girl.
Outside?
Yeah. He doesn't speak.
No, Mark said he couldn't speak good English.
I don't see his crack.
No, I mean, he can cover it, but.
He doesn't dream anybody to look.
Oh.
But we took the tour and stopped different places, and then we got to eat lunch at Uncle Bubba's Seafood. Her brothers, they have that together. And we went to eat at Lady and Sons. And that was good. We did the buffet.
Oh.
It had greens and black-eyed peas and fried chicken. The fried chicken was wonderful. I can't remember, macaroni and cheese. I didn't like hers. It was just dry.
Yeah. I like mine creamy.
Yeah. But it was good. And then the day that we were going to go through the Mercer house, that's where that murder happened, we rolled up and got out of the car, and for some reason they weren't having tours that day. But where we parked was behind the Mercer house, which was the old carriage house. And there was a man and a woman in the garage, and a Jaguar, an old Jaguar or something. Looked like they were kind of cleaning out. And I said, Mark, I believe that Jim Williams died, the guy that shot that other guy.
Yeah.
I said, I believe that's Jim Williams' sister, and that man has got to be a nephew or something that looked just like him. It was scary.
Mm.
So we walked around the block on purpose so we could come back by. And so he was a tall man and he was putting something in the garbage can and we spoke. I swear that they were relatives.
Yeah. Hmm.
But we never did get to go in the house. But in the book, part of the book, it said when that murder happened, that man was an antique dealer. And it said it was all the talk of Savannah, and it happened after his house had been in this magazine, Architect something, and said everybody was going through that magazine. Most people had it on their coffee table, and and I found it on eBay.
And you
That
got it?
magazine.
Oh.
And I put the movie on, and the room that he shot that guy in is in that magazine.
Oh.
Because the movie, parts of the movie were made in that house.
I didn't know that. I've never heard of that movie though.
Well, the book is much better. Because in the book, what really happened was there were 3 trials. And in the movie, it was 1 trial.
Well, I don't guess they had time to make all the trials in the movie, huh?
No.
Because it just lasts so long.
And a few months later, I got a call from the lady in Savannah. And I didn't know whether to ask her or anything about it, but I did. I said, have you read the book, Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil? She said, I lived it. I worked for the, in the Attorney General's office while all that was going on.
Mm. Mm.
And then I got sister hooked on it. And it's there on that bench. But I really got caught up in that story. But you can try to call Jerry as many times as you want to.
No, I've never seen this book.
No, I found it on eBay after that lady told me.
Yeah. They might have it in the library. I could ask at the library.
If you want to read it, I can find you a copy. You take that with you.
No, I can probably, I just ask them and they look it up on the computer and they give it to, and then they go get it for me. I'll write down the name of the,
Author?
yeah, that's what they look it up by. And just like that movie, that Noah Roberts movie that was made in the Mardi Gras, that Buy You Something, I tell you what, they could leave them alone.
Well, I didn't watch any of it because I didn't.
Well, I couldn't understand any of it. Now that one with Leanne Rimes, that was the stupidest movie. Oh, what was its name? The Northern Lights?
What about lights?
Northern Lights.
Oh, yeah.
So, I guess that was up in, I don't know where Northern Lights are. I think Alaska, isn't it?
Somewhere like that. I hadn't got the chunky cocktail. That's who Minnie's named after, the voodoo woman named Minerva that always wore purple sunglasses. She was a black lady, and her husband, before he died, he was like the voodoo doctor in those parts, called Dr. Buzzard. And me and Mark went to that cemetery that we thought Jim Williams was buried in. It's, I can't think of it. It's
How do you pronounce this author's name?
Brent.
Brent.
The cemetery had big old live oaks with moss hanging down,
Yeah.
and
Ooh.
camellias growing, and it was beautiful. Now, we did find Johnny Mercer's.
Let's see when this was written. Copyright. 1994. Is that when it was written, Charlotte?
Maybe.
That's what it's copyright. Oh. Copyright 1932. Renewed in 1960. I always like to see when the books are written. I don't know why that is, but I always like to see. But that is what it says.
Well,
Copyright
this article,
1932, renewed in 1960, and then this one was printed in 1994. Well, it again in 1965, reprinted by permission. This one says 1994.
Well, I don't-
by
this is-
man.
76. October 76. This magazine came out before the murder.
Oh, okay. But this is what it says here. So they must have written the book a long time before they even thought about.
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying, because it says here. Oh, 10, well. No, great acknowledgement made the following for permission to reprint previously printed material. 10 lines from Sentimental Gentleman from Georgia.
This is the room. When he shot him, his body fell in front of that.
Fireplace.
But in the movie, you know, those
Yeah.
were real expensive Oriental
Oh, yeah,
rugs, but
yeah.
they had taken those out and put other rugs down. And then on top of the rug that was down, I noticed they put another rug where he was gonna fall.
A house once ravaged by neglect is now a center of harmony and quiet living.
Yeah.
Well. Well, it must be a big house.
Oh, it's huge. He threw a big party every year and was in upper society and
Well, I'm telling you.
and
I
then
bet it'd take I bet it'd take a while to go through that house.
well, the tour is just on the bottom in certain
Oh,
rooms.
yeah, they don't let you go on the top floor.
No.
There's a lot of those tours like that. Said it was printed in USA in 94. So. Young redneck gigolo.
Yeah, it turned out that young boy that was so much I think he had mental issues and he was on drugs. everybody said they had a gay relationship. But,
Minerva was the voodoo priestess.
yeah. I've got the movie if you want me to put it on.
You know, John, he always liked to go to New Orleans for them jazz festivals or whatever you call them.
Yeah.
And he'd go to Marie Laveau. I'm telling you, I don't know what was wrong with him.
Well, nothing.
But you know, Charlotte, and I haven't even told Mary Ruth, but what he's got on his, how he's listed on the CD, Voodoo John. See, Mary Ruth don't know that, but that's the way he's listed. But he won't have his picture put on there. Not at all. He won't have his picture put on there. He lets them others do it. If you use picture, but that's what it is, Voodoo John.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
But he,
Just like that guy at the music store told Mark, I'm Mad Dog. When my oldest son, I've got a picture of him, it was in the newspaper, he was playing in a band and he had on a dress and army boots.
well, you know what? You know, John was in that Highland Pipe band at school, but where he was the drummer in that. And he one night when they was playing somewhere, he wore his kilt and everything.
He wore his kilt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said, good Lord, what do they think of him in Austin? Good Lord. I don't know what, I hadn't seen him in 6 years.
Where, you know where he lives?
No, but it's probably in a bad part of town, because that's the only way he ever goes. The cheapest place he can find.
Yeah. A lot of artistic people live in like that,
Yeah.
like artists and musicians. And
Well, that's where he lived in Dallas. Nobody would want to go where he lived.
now I'll put cream cheese in mine. Is that okay?
Oh, yeah.
And I used to put
Sour cream.
chopped up pecans, but I quit doing that.
Yeah.
But I forgot the marshmallow.
That's not necessary. You need me to do something?
No, just sit and relax. And now, if you want something, just tell me something to eat, something to
No,
drink.
I don't. I ate, this morning I went down and ate a half a biscuit with some gravy over it and a piece of sausage and it went right through me.
It's almost 3 o'clock. You want a banana?
No, they'd give me the indigestion I wouldn't be able to eat my lunch.
Well, you got to eat something.
And Charlotte, I eat one time a day when I'm at home. And sometimes it's 3 o'clock in the evening.
No wonder you're so skinny.
And Mary said, Mama, them pants is too big. I said, Mary, I only got one size 10 and I wore them yesterday. She said, well, I'm going to buy you some pants. I said, no, you're not, because you don't know what kind I like.
That's right.
And then she ain't going to buy me no pants. That sweater she bought me yesterday, I tried it on last night. It's too big in the neck. So I don't know if I'll ever wear it or not, because it'd be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I can't stand nothing hanging around my neck like that if it's too big. Oh, you used already,
The soft.
oh, see, I let mine sit out.
I used to do that, but this could be softer.
And Mary said she's gonna make that.
Savannah.
Yeah,
And
for that shower she's supposed to.
I was gonna tell her, I don't get the whole olives, I get the ones that are already sliced,
Yeah,
like this.
yeah, I think Mark showed them to her.
Slice.
Yeah,
And it's easier to
Yeah,
chop them from
yeah.
that.
I'll tell her.
It can't get any simpler, and you can adjust the olives to what kind of,
What kind of taste
if
you
you
want.
want.
More
Because
olive
the
taste.
olives are pretty salty.
Yeah, they are. But that cream cheese, it takes up a lot of that.
Yeah. so I try not to put a whole lot of it in there.
Well, she can do it to her own taste, and you know her taste is different from everybody else's anyway.
I wonder if we could get the recipe to the casserole you're talking about Aunt Savannah made.
Yeah, MaryRuth knows how to do it.
Asparagus?
Yeah. I used to make it all the time, but those asparagus, I got the real, not the pieces of asparagus, the tips
The
and
spears?
cans. Yeah, the spears, not the fresh, but I wouldn't know how to cook them. But Savannah always used the can. And you put that and boiled eggs, and hot sauce, whatever it goes in, a hot sauce or Tabasco or whatever, and you layer that somehow or another, and then put on top you put cheese and you bake it in the oven, and it is so good. But I hadn't made it in a long time, but she knows just how to make it. She can write it down for you.
By the time I get through mixing this up, well, I hope they find everything.
Well, I do too. I hope they find out our guitar strap, because she's supposed to sing at this wedding, and she's learning that, song by Lori Morgan, and it's out by Keith Whitley too, but she's gonna play her guitar. So Mary's had to buy her a stand, put it on
Yeah.
during the wedding
Yeah.
before she sings it. And that, I don't know that man's first name, Beach, it's what his name is.
Jerry.
Jerry Beach, he's teaching her lessons. She's been taking them for a while. She played the fiddle on for a while till she had that wreck and it messed up her shoulder. And she can't play the fiddle anymore. And that man hit her right in the door, her door. Run a stop sign. He didn't even want her to call the police. Well, he knew he didn't have no insurance. It was in his wife's name, and he couldn't get insurance because he was high risk. So, and I think Anna said when his wife got there, she said, "You not another one." I mean, he must have them pretty regular. It sure did her in.
Well, he probably had lost his license too.
Yeah, but he was going to pick up his grandson at school or something to take somewhere, and ran that stop sign and hit her.
I may have put too much cream cheese in.
No, you can't put too much cream cheese.
And I sprinkle a little equal on it to make it a little
Sweeter.
I don't let anybody know that usually.
So anyway, she got to taking guitar lessons now, so.
Well, that's good.
She got her own little bitty guitar, but you know, she's not very big.
Mm-hmm. Just making it.
Mike asked me something about seasoning, and cilantro, is that the way you say it? What is that,
Cilantro.
Charlotte?
You get it in produce.
I thought so.
It's little, but it has like round leaves, little round leaves, and they use it a lot in Mexican.
Well, he was talking about some recipe and he said it called for that, and I said, I don't know what it is. It's either in the,
It would be for something Mexican or.
yeah, well, I said, I think it's in the produce. I'm not real sure.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. I'll let him know. I don't know what
Around
he was
where
wanting to
the
make.
lettuces and
Oh,
greens and all.
okay. I thought that's where it was, but I wasn't sure. Whew. That wears you out, don't it?
Well, I can do it.
Well, I'm not gonna say I could, because my arm won't let me.
Yeah, my back's starting to hurt.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
have to, when I'm done with this, I'm gonna
Take
turn
some.
on the oven and let it be heating up, and then I'll get back to the ham. And when I turn this loose, we'll go in there to the computer.
Sit and look up them songs.
Yeah, and see if there's any. Now Laird wanted the song I wrote about his horse when I guess he was about 10. Do you remember when?
Yeah, I remember back when, you know, when, what, Prophet and Nathaniel, they were them two little black boys, and they was always with them boys over at Catherine's, Prophet and Nathaniel, and they had that horse some way or another. It wasn't a big horse, but, I mean, I don't know who was sitting up on it, but I got a picture somewhere at the house with that Prophet Nathaniel. I remember them. Whew.
Well, I never heard of them, but
Yeah, they
Laird
were
was,
black boys.
Laird was over on other side of the levee squirrel hunting on his horse. And, of course he had his rifle,
Yeah.
and he had aimed, and just as he shot, that horse threw up his head and it fell dead beneath him.
Ooh, shot him.
Yeah, I never heard Laird talk about that.
Whoa.
So I told him about it when he was down at Sars's one day, when I called on the phone.
Yeah.
I asked him if he had heard it, and he said no. I said he'd like to have it, but I never have seen it. So, that old horse was brown and his name was Tony, but you know, that didn't work in a song.
No.
I made it a Palomino
Well,
called Morning
Charlotte, you remember when we lived down there, we had that old horse named Patches. He was a little horse. And we used to ride him bareback. And me and you got on him one day, and somebody hit him. And we went out through that, you know, down in front of that house. I thought we was gonna both fall off, but we held on. But I was sitting in front, and you was behind me, and somebody hit that horse, and the way it went.
It wasn't Prince.
No, it was.
I had a spotted horse, black and
No,
white.
this one was little old Patches. It was a little bitty black horse. And me and you was sitting on it. And I mean, somebody tapped him on the behind and away we flew.
It's probably Daddy.
I don't know. And one time I was riding him, we'd take turns riding him around the house, and Junior was standing behind the house and jumped out and scared him, and he threw me. Because Junior wanted to ride him and I was on him. And he made him throw me right out in the middle of the
I've
yard.
been thrown so many times,
Whew.
and run through a barbed wire fence.
But I mean, that horse headed right straight, you know, down in front of the house, going toward the field. And it run out through there, and me and you were just flying. And I thought, Lord have mercy, we're not gonna hold on.
I think I've done all the damage I can do to that.
And that looks fine and dandy. What'd you do? Cut your hand?
Huh?
Did you cut your hand?
I have this drainage, and I'm always going,
Oh, that's what Mary Ruth does all night long.
and Mark will look at me, or I'll go,
Yeah, that's Mary Ruth.
I said, I'm sorry, I
All
can't
night
help it.
long.
Oh, let's see.
She said when she come back from using that computer last night, said me and Mike was both gone. But she couldn't believe it, we would sleep that fast. Oh, when my back gets to hurting so bad and I have to take one of them somas, it knocks me out.
Well, that's good. I wish I had something I toss and turn all night. Mark asked me if they're gonna put this, we're gonna put the English pea salad in. I got up one, he said, you're serving it in that?
Well, yeah,
I said, yeah.
well, I mean,
Let me see. This is not gonna fit in there. No. Do you think?
I don't think so.
It's either that or,
Well, that one probably would. It looks a little bit different, but I can't reach that high, Charlotte.
Is that,
Climb.
that's a little smaller than that, or is it
I
the
think it's
same?
bigger, isn't it? It looks bigger to me.
This is two stacked together.
But that one up there on the top shelf looks bigger than this one down here. It is bigger,
Okay.
because it's longer.
Okay.
Those are neat.
Yeah. One day, I don't know what had been in them, I think I was cleaning out the icebox and throwing away stuff, and I had a pile of them in the sink, ready to wash, and somebody from my job called, she was gonna bring by my paycheck, and should be here in about 5 minutes. Well, I didn't have time to, so I grabbed all of them and stuck them in the oven. Well, shit.
Turned your oven on.
Not that day, but I think the following day, I was gonna make sausage balls and turn the oven on, and
Smelt them.
I got smelling something. And I said, God, I remembered, and by the time I opened that door, that blue lid was just dripping. We
How'd
never,
you ever get it out of your oven?
we couldn't, because that smell, I couldn't take the smell of the plastic
Plastic.
burning if you put it on real high. So Mark gave it to some friends of his. Now that is too big. And that guy got it out, and they used it. Yeah, this is too big. Too bad.
Yep. It'll work.
Cow shitting. Oh my God, it don't look like much in this big old thing. Mark's gonna go. Well, I'm glad he got to go with them and not.
Yeah, well, MaryRuth was wanting him. Well, she wanted us all to go, and I said, I don't think Charlotte would like that, MaryRuth. I know I don't.
No, I wanted to go. Y'all good cook.
It's like I said, we didn't come to eat, we just came to visit.
Yeah, but you know, I can't have that. That's what I tell Bibi, but she just insists on,
Doing something.
and then she gets overly tired, and that makes me feel bad.
But it don't take much to get her overtired now. She's just not all that great.
Well, you wanna call Mr. Kennedy?
Well, I'll wait a little bit, because he didn't answer a while ago, and I don't know if he'd answer now.
Well, try it again. We'll do it 3 times, and that's it.
Yeah, third time's a charm. Oh, I didn't know if you'd answer or not. I tried to call you a while ago and you must not have been there. Oh, doing all right. Well, except when they took me downtown last night, I didn't like it. You know, it was raining and I said, I ain't never seen so many people in all my life. Yeah, it does, and I mean, they took me back this morning, and, but I couldn't hold up, Jerry, I couldn't walk all the miles. Yeah, we went inside, but I didn't take the tour, because there's too many stairs to climb, and I can't climb them. So, anyway, yeah, but I had to climb that incline, and boy, that like to knock me for a loop. And then climb them stairs, and when I got up on that concrete, I sat down. I couldn't go no further. So we just went inside. She said, "You want to take the tour?" And I said, "No, I can't climb them stairs." So we didn't take the tour. But anyway, yeah. And then wanted to go to the Grand Ole Opry tonight. I said, "No, I don't want to." So. No, that's what I'm saying, and I think Vince Gill and Martina McBride and Mel Tillis is there tonight, but I said I didn't care about that. Used to like Vince Gill, but not anymore. So I said he's done got to where he don't sing my kind of song. Yeah, I like them old timey songs. But y'all want to know if you want to come eat with us. Yeah, you know how to get to her house? Well, she'll have to tell you. Yeah, because MaryRuth done got us lost one time today. So I can't give you no direction. Well, we're still working. So MaryRuth and them gone to estate sales and to find Anna a guitar strap. You know, she's playing the guitar now. So from Jerry Beach, I think she's taking lessons from. But anyway, I'll let Charlotte tell you because I can't.
Okay, let me get this oven turned on.
Charlotte, you want to tell him?
Yeah, let me turn this oven on.
I said I'd have him where MaryRuth took us a while ago. Whew. That was the worst trip I ever made.
I'll be glad to sit down. Lordy. Howdy. Good. We was wondering if you'd like to come eat. We're not done with it, but you're welcome to come over anytime you want to. Okay, Mark and them will be back, you know, sometime this afternoon. Don't know when. Well, you can come now. I'm baking ham with Bibi's glaze and corn pudding and fruit cocktail and deviled eggs and green bean casserole, and I made a sweet potato pie, and Lettye brought some cake, so I'm sure you might want to take something back with you. I've been doing better. Yeah, I'm trying to think the best way for you to come. Yeah.
Does he have a GPS, Charlotte?
I'm at the end of Harding Place, going towards the airport, at the corner. Will you be coming down, what's it called, Old Hickory Boulevard? Or you can just, yeah, or if you came Old Hickory Boulevard and you would pass over 65 South, you could keep going straight, but, oh Lord, I'm getting confused. If you get on 24 East, however you're gonna get on it, 24 East, and you would take the Antioch Pike, not the first exit, but the second one, Antioch Pike West, and it'll twirl you around and dump you out on Antioch Pike. Oh Lord, but you have to merge into traffic on Antioch Pike and then get in the left lane. And there's a Hardee's and a Walgreens on the same side, and there's a road that runs between them. That's where you would want to turn left. Yeah, but it'd probably be easier if you could get on Hardee's. Okay, that'd be easier. Okay, come all the way down Harding, and there'll be a Sam's Club. Okay, you take a right, that's Antioch Pike, and you go to the first light, and that's Eazell Road, and take a right. There's a Mexican restaurant on the other corner, Las Palmas. Take a right at that light on Eazell, go up to the first stop sign, take a right, and go up a little hill and keep going until you see a dead end sign on the right. And our, I almost said lunatic court, that's what I call it sometimes. Luna Court is the very next immediate left, right past the dead end sign. Then it's Luna Court on the left, and we're the fourth house on the left, and we've got a flag out and a goose on the doorstep with dressed as an Easter bunny. Yeah. First stop sign. No, right. Yeah. Yes. You go up a hill. Yeah, you keep going until you see a dead end sign, and that'll be on the right side of the street. And then Luna Court is the immediate left, right past that dead end sign. Yeah, it's 3410. It's on the mailbox. Yeah. Well, I'm not either. So you can just pull kind of down in the driveway, so when they get back, they will have room to park. Yeah, you can park on the street. You can actually go to the circle and make the circle and come back up and park in front of the house. So that'll work. Okay.